All right, so here are the colors we're going to use. White, blue, green, and black. I don't have light blue, so I had to make a light blue there. So you'll need a light blue and a regular or a dark blue for shadows. So there we go. There's the paint, very simple. Water, a big brush and little brush, napkins and newspaper, and aprons. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and paint white with my big brush in the background, even over the mountains. You probably can't see. So I'm going to paint over the mountains. The pencil will come back when it starts to dry, pencil mark. I'm going to paint white in his underbelly. So you use the lightest color first, like you would do in watercolor. I'm going to paint this part, his underbelly for the white stomach. Right through here, and the white mark here, and his little tiny eye there. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint white in the water. And you can just do that by making white streaks. Tell the kids to make white streaks with their big brush in the water. So there's all the white. The next color will be blue. So I will go into the light blue that I made and then add that for the sky. And because I have the white already down, it just makes a beautiful blue, and it's easier to spread. So here's my light blue sky. And I'm going to put some light blue in the water. You can leave the mountain white. You don't have to put any reflections in it unless you want to. Any blue. Okay, so I'm going to take this light blue, go down into the water, throw some white blue in there. Because you need a variety of blues and white in the water. So I'm not really painting it very pretty, but I just have to just load in the color in the water. So the next color I'm going to use is dark blue, because we're working our way up. Or wait a minute, I think, yes, dark blue. I'm going to use dark blue. And I'm going to add some dark blue into the water. Just a little, here and there. I outline against his body like this. This is what you can do. Outline so you don't get into the whale's body. Okay, so then I take my brush, wash it, I dry it, and then I can blend. Blend all this together to make it look like water. So you get a variation of blue, light blue, and white. The next color will be green for the background trees as I finish up the water. And try to make sure they cover this evenly, not evenly, but you know, I don't want the canvas. It's not good to have the canvas showing. They need to cover the canvas. Okay, so the next color I'm going to use is green for the trees. So I just kind of paint in, block in the green for the background trees. There we go. And now I'm going to use my small brush. I got a little bit in there. there. So I just take it out with my finger. Okay, so next I'm going to use my small brush to take that green and pull it up like this for trees. So I drag that color up for trees. Just a quick flick of the wrist. And then you can pull, if the kids are older, grades 3 and through 5, you can pull some reflection down like this with a green. You don't have to add any more. If you're in K through 2, I wouldn't worry about it. Okay, so there's the trees. Next, we're going to do the black. Dry my brush. Now I'm going to outline this just like a coloring book. I have a terrible brush, but I just very carefully try to outline this. First, especially the smaller kids, you need to outline it first so that they can stay in the lines. And it works pretty well. So I'm outlining everything I want to be black. This brush is terrible. I don't think any of you will have a brush this bad, so let's see. All right, I'm trying to outline here. Be real careful as you get closer into the eye and around his marking there, the white marking for the orca well. And I would have the kids use this small brush for filling in the whale. It's just easier. It keeps them, they have more control, and it keeps them from getting out of the line and hurrying. They'll try to hurry through this. So if they try, just make them use a small brush. And I'm filling in the black area. And it doesn't take long, really, with a small brush. So that's the simplified version. Now, for the older kids, this is for K through 2. K through 2, you may want to make a tiny little black line. I'm using the back of this for the bottom part of his body right here. So I'm just making a line with the end of my brush, just so we know that's the back of his body. Okay. For the older kids, you may want to put some shadows very lightly. Very lightly. I got black still on my brush. Gotta get that brush clean. I'm gonna add a little shadow here. Wash off. I put a little paint on there and then I wash off and just, you know, some add little details for the mountains. The glaciers that come down. This is an option, you don't have to do this. All right, and then you can also put some darks, add a little blue-green. This is for the older kids again, some darks in your trees. You don't have to, this is optional. Pull down into the water. And then last but not least, if you want to, as in the original picture you see this, you just add a little blue and white. Wash your brush off really good, a little light blue and white, and you could put a splash mark down here. You don't have to. It's just an option. And that is the orca whale.